I want us to ask you to take us, to the extent that you can, inside Vladimir Putin's head and talk to us about what his worldview is and what he actually wants.
I don't have a crystal ball, Jasmine.
Is that too much to ask?
I think part of what we discuss about Putin is that, this past glory, but also his grievances about the West, because he came to power as perhaps the most pro-Western leader Russia had in many years, apart from maybe Mikhail Gorbachev. But he really wanted Russia to be integrated into the West. Well, he famously asked Clinton, what about Russia becoming a member of NATO? So I think that Putin's desire was to be consulted with and being able to sit at the table with given all of the formal signs of respect, acceptance, and so on. And I think that what he discovered was that Russia was never really intended to be taken in the transatlantic family in its institutional framework. NATO membership, EU membership was off the table. Russia was invited into G7 that expanded to G8, but finance ministers were never invited because who is Russia to be sitting together with the G7 finance ministers? All of these signs told him over time that, okay, I will not be accepted as an equal. And then his consolidation of control inside Russia and stifling of Russian democracy made him an autocrat. That was a very odd combination in G8 among democratically elected leaders because he never had a really free democratic election. So if you remember when he annexed Crimea in 2014, Russia was kicked out of G8. And part of his emotions that he shared with people was like, who are you, Barack Obama, to kick me out of G7? I was there before you were there. Like, you were a junior senator when I was running Russia already. Like, who are these people? There is nobody who is my equal. So this grudges, resentment, and his comparison of himself with Peter the Great, all of these European and Western leaders are dwarfs, is very much ingrained. So it's also personal. But then for some reason, Vladimir Putin believes that Ukraine needs to be in the Russian sphere of influence and Russia needs to be dominant in Ukraine. So he believes that without controlling Ukraine, Russia is not great power anymore.